Hello, welcome to Burning Questions. It's Cranbourne Cup week. Today is February 7. Looking forward to a big show. We've got a great panel of guests assembled. We've had awful technical difficulties. We're 21 minutes late, but that doesn't matter. We're going to make it to Facebook and Twitter and YouTube and everywhere that we need to be seen. Kate Gath joins us. Kate, I can get you maybe once a year. I've probably used up my credits for 2025, but thanks for joining us here on Burning Questions.
Oh, my pleasure, Tim. Always happy to join when I can.
Yeah, well, as a family, your life members as a family for this show with Andy jumping on more often than not. Alex Ashwood is here. I've heard him on SEN Radio today. He's probably heading into town to buy a bassinet and all sorts of clothes. Fatherhood awaits. Albie, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me on. Yeah, scary times ahead. It's life-changing stuff, but see how we go.
I reckon you've got it, brother. You'll do well. And James Herbertson joins us, taking a rare night off driving tonight to go and see a concert. Luke Coombs, I think, awaits for you, Herbie, tonight.
Yeah, that's a go tonight. Going to go be a normal human for a night.
I was going to say, it would have killed you a little bit, wouldn't it? Just to take a night off and give some drives up.
Yeah, I had a decent look at both cards, but yeah, anyway, those things happen.
Life goes on. Right, let's get stuck right into it. I know everyone's busy. Pride's Easy Feed stand as a proud supporter of the harness racing industry with their set recipes and quality ingredients to give the trainer confidence in what they're feeding. So make the switch to Pride's and start getting the result you've been chasing. Leap to Fame was incredible in the Hunter, so is he simply a lock for the punter? We're talking about the feature on tomorrow night's card. The Decron Cranbourne Gold Cup Group 2 level. We will start with you, Albie. You're not involved in this race. They couldn't possibly beat Leap to Fame, I wouldn't have thought. And if you agree with that, how do we possibly make some money out of this race?
Leap to Fame is probably one of the greatest horses I've ever seen in my lifetime. And, I think he's going to be very hard to beat tomorrow night. But in saying that, it's going to be a bit tricky now. He's drawn one. It's not blessed with overly much gate speed. I think MacDan will get across and then he will probably hand up to Don't Stop Dreaming or something like that. But I think Grant will get off somewhere somehow like he did in the Hunter Cup. So I think he'll be very hard to beat. But I like Bulletproof Boy the place.
Okay, Bulletproof Boy the place for you, Albie. We'll go to you, Kate. You've got the drive on Don't Stop Dreaming. Don't Stop Dreaming. Barrier 6 comes into 5 with the scratching of Serge Blanco. Great to have this drive. I think I read in the media this week it's your first drive for the camp. First of all, very exciting, and second of all, could you get down to the pegs and maybe make it tough for Leap to Fame?
Yeah, well, I haven't spoke to Mark yet, but obviously he does have gate speed, Don't Stop Dreaming, and I'm really happy to pick up the drive. And I think what Alb said would be a great scenario, but like I said, I haven't spoke to Mark yet, so you think back down would be a pretty good chance of crossing Leap to Fame. And now that he comes into one, it might be a little bit trickier for him, but he's obviously a champion horse and definitely the one to beat.
Yeah. What chance of a shock upset for you, Kate? Tiny little chance. Place best for you, probably?
Yeah, well, I don't know if you're able to get 2 miracles in a week. I feel like What's Up Party Time.
You got 2 in one night. You got 2 in one night there.
Yeah, I did. I did not see that coming. I'm very happy that it turned out the way it did, but it does prove that you just have to be in the race sometimes, and a little bit of bad luck to the favourites and all the luck for yourself can really change the results. So fingers crossed.
Good luck. Herbie, you're with Bulletproof Boy here. He's building a picket fence, inside back row draw. Can you win? If not, can you run a place?
I think we can run a place. We all know that the fence is gold at Cranbourne, and it's quite a biased track in that sense. But I only just saw now that Serge Blanco's out, so the race really opens up, and it could get very tactical and quite aggressive early with people trying to hold their spot and keep ground on the fence. But he had that little bit of luck with Puppet grabbing hold at the start in the Hunter Cup and been able to slip off in front of him. But it could have been a lot harder for him if that wasn't the case. So I don't think it's going to be all smooth sailing for Grant in this one.
Good stuff. That is the Cranbourne Gold Cup, 8:54 p.m. tomorrow night. Group 2 level. Going to be a great race. Leap to Fame. He's very, very short, and the punters reckon he can go back to back. Logical Staffing Solutions provide labour hire and recruitment services to the transport, warehousing, automotive and manufacturing industries. The logical solution for your staffing needs. Oscar's hanging around in Vic for another run. So will he show us that he's a genuine gun? This is the Blue Hills Rise Cranbourne Trotters Cup Group 1 level, $60,000 race over the long trip, 8:19 p.m. First leg of the main quaddie. Who do we start with here? We might start with you, Kate. You're not involved in this race, but if you got a thought, can you tip us the winner?
Yeah, Oscar's obviously the class runner of the field, and I think it'd be really hard to beat. Obviously, Albs and Parisian Artiste, going really well as well. But providing Oscar pulled up well enough from last week, I think he'll be really hard to beat. And the race does drop away. There's a number of horses in there that don't have a winning chance. And I think even from the draw, he'll be really hard to beat.
Okay, so Kate's with Oscar Bonavina. Herbie, you take the drive on the Ross Graham train, nephew of Sunoco. Could you get down to the pegs first here and maybe run a drum at best, do you think? Or what are you thinking here?
Yeah, possibilities there. He does begin from a little bit better from out wider, as we've seen here and there, but he's still not up to the likes of Oscar Bonavina and Parisian Artiste. But if we're able to find the fence, we might have been able to earn a check from there. He was in both the heat and final last week at Melton, and I don't think it knocked him around too much. So we'll have a bit of a go early and see where we get to. But the old horse is racing fairly well.
Yep. Albie, over to you here. Parisian Artiste, you jumped back aboard. I think I heard you on radio. You haven't driven him for yonks and yonks, but he comes here on the back of an Inter Dominion campaign. He didn't fire in the final, but his form prior and through that series was great. And you've got a little barrier advantage over some of the key rivals. I think you're a great bet at $5. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I think he's a great hope. We missed the Great Southern deliberately last week because he's a lot better suited over the longer trip. So, plus there's a few horses backing up from Saturday night from the Great Southern Star who's had 2 runs in 2 days, 2 runs in 1 night, and backing up over the long 6 days later. So, our bloke's very well. He's fit. He's forward. We took him in the Bendigo for a private trial before the trials, and he works pretty good and ran his last half in 55 at the end of 2000. And so we can't be more happy with him at the moment. And if we can get around and stay in front of Oscar, I think he's going to be very hard to beat.
Yeah, I mean, do you think you'll try? Do you plan to try and pull the trigger early and press forward and maybe try and work to the top?
Oh, we'll just drive to tempo. If they go hard early and when they slacken off, we'll try and stay in front of Oscar. But if they're still running throughout, we'll just come with 1 run. But, yeah, we're just trying to keep that advantage over Oscar as much as possible.
Parisian Artiste, he'd be probably the second best horse in your stable, Albie, behind Lochiel Lad.
Don't be stupid, Tim.
Throw that in there. Anyway, let's move forward and get serious again. Moving on to the third question. Albie has a good chance with Community Art, but will it be a winning end to the night in the cart? That is the very last race in the card race, 9:54 p.m. The Mark Garry and Associates Pace. Albie trains and drives Community Art. We'll hold you to last here, Albie. Kate, did you have any opinion here? You mightn't know these horses too well, but Community Art's definitely one of the winning contenders.
Yeah, it's not an overly strong field, but I'm not sure what Alves thinks, but I don't know if it loves winning that much. So I think Anakin's got a pretty good hope in the race as well. But Alves will be able to tell us more about his.
Yeah, over to you, Albie. We'll move Herbie to last here because I want to put the pressure right on him here. Community Art. I think I heard on radio this morning as well. You might be just adopting some different tactics, or at least driving this one a bit quieter than usual.
Yeah, I did say on the radio as well. He's a bit of a pussy cat and doesn't like winning. So he's got really good gate speed. So he's probably one of the quickest horses I ever driven coming out the gate. So I've got no issues of crossing these pretty quickly, but more than likely we're going to take a sit on a helmet this week and see if he hits the line following 1 instead of doing all the work for once. So he's been going okay, but he's had his chances in a couple of weaker races than this as well and still hasn't won. But in saying that, he might go a lot better following a helmet on tomorrow night.
So what are your confidence levels? Just it's hard to be confident with him, but he can win with the right trip?
Just the way and his attitude and the way he's wanting to get the line lately. Like, he hasn't had hard runs or anything like that. He just doesn't like winning. So hopefully just driving him a bit different on a helmet, so he's chasing something. So hopefully it works, but see how we go, but not very confident.
I'm hoping it's your helmet, Herbie. I think you got a great chance here. This horse has been going super. I remember a race, I think it was 3 starts back at Kilmore. I think you drove. You got caught. Actually, Albie won the race with Jetta Sun. You got caught 3 wide. They went 26.9 down the back, and he kept coming late and got beat 2 metres. His runs subsequently have been really good. This looks a really winnable race for him.
Yeah, look, he's definitely got the ability. He's probably a little bit like Albie, so just lacks that little bit of killer instinct sometimes. And he hasn't been right his last couple. He's had a bit of a foot issue and hasn't been warming up real flash. So if Noel's got that under control and he's back to where he can be, I'm definitely sure he's good enough to win the race. But watching over us has got quite good gate speed too, and I think they'll be finding the fence early. I'd say that'd be their plan. So there could be a bit of speed early, especially if Albie dips his toe in as well. So my bloke will probably be sitting park like usual. It's where he does most of his racing, and yeah, I think he's tough enough. But off the fence at Cranbourne's no mean feat. So yeah, we'll see how we go. If he's up to what he can be, he's definitely a winning chance, that's for sure.
Okay, I'm with him. I think I think he'll get it done regardless of where he ends up, or pretty much regardless of where he ends up. And with Anakin race 8, number 4, let's move on to the 4th and final question. Some American is back in town. So will he salute first up from the Breeders' Crown? We scroll right up to the top. I don't know why I put this one last, but anyway, race 1 at 6:04 p.m. The Cranbourne Fencing Pace. Kate Gath drives the Emma Stewart train. Some American. We'll just go to Albie here. It's a good race, Albie. You know plenty of these horses. Rakajed, Coravelli Star, last start winner VMG McRae, as well as Rock and Dance at big odds. Beat Catch a Wave. That form reads all right. Some American, what are you thinking here? You've got to be a little bit of a risk from inside back row, doesn't he?
It's going to be tricky for Kate. Especially coming wide around Cranbourne. Everyone knows it's a leader bias track and you have to be on the fence. So if a horse like Kai Valley Star, what Kate knows quite well, gets on the bunny and gets running, it's going to make it very hard for Some American. But in saying that, he's a quality horse and he's got a bright future and he's very fast as well. So I'm pretty sure he'd be wound down 100% and ready to go. So I think he's probably good enough to make a mid-race move and sit outside them sort of horses and still probably be too good at the finish.
Okay. Herbie, you drive VMG McRae for Jess Tubbs. Good last start winner. I think might have knocked you off on Tiger Bandwagon. Is that right? I think it was.
Yeah, she did. Yeah. I'd been driving her last few starts and she'd only been running second, and then the master gets back and wins straight away.
I know. I couldn't believe it, to be honest. I thought Tiger Bandwagon was that was his race. But she's been going good, but this, I think she's probably a place chance at best. What do you reckon here?
Yeah, look, she's just a short course horse generally, runs her best race so short. And if she drew on the fence here, you could put her in for a place, but from 6, and in this class of field, yeah, I don't think she'll be running top 3. But yeah, there's a lot of depth to the race. Coral Valley Star's a lovely little horse, great high speed. Louis Luai has been so consistent lately. I don't know he's still in this class. It feels like he's won about 8 metros in the last couple of months. He's going really good. You got horses that are coming up in class, like the inside 3 runners, but they're all got enough speed to be handy enough early. The 2 Douglas horses are honest, and our bloke's been racing well. And obviously there's Kate's horse as well, Some American, who's just the class horse of the race. He's got some of the best form in Victoria, really. I think he's good enough to get off the fence and come with one run late if the speed's on through the middle, or if they do back off enough to make a move. But at the end of the day, he's still first up and going to be off the fence at Cranbourne. So if he's still good enough, which I think he is to do it, to win, it's take your hat off to him. But he's definitely got some things that aren't in his favour.
Yeah, that's right. Good old Felix, Kate. He's been a favourite of yours, and he got that big race win that he deserved, didn't he, last time out? Just a couple of quick ones. Just firstly, I think he was scratched from the 4-year-old Bonanza. Everything's okay there from what you understand?
Yeah, as far as I know, I don't really know why he was scratched, but he wouldn't be in this week if all wasn't well with him, so shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, for sure. Now, Coravelli Star, obviously, if some American wasn't in this race, you'd be driving Coravelli Star, and I reckon you'd be pretty excited to be driving him from Barrier 4 in a race that looks like he could potentially lead in. So he's, I know you're not driving him, but he's got to have a great chance too, doesn't he? Or Coravelli Star, he's going well.
Yeah, he does, and he's raced, in previously in races like the Ashwood Cup and stuff. So he has been against, really good horses, and he'll definitely be hard to beat from the draw. From my perspective, on some American, I'm hoping there's a bit of speed early. The more speed, the better. Hopefully, they can take the edge off each other a little bit. Inside the second row is always tricky, and as the boy said at Cranbourne, it's much harder off the fence there. The corners aren't great, but has got a long straight, and he's a really fast horse as well. So, he's the best horse in the field, but he probably has won most of his races on the fence. But he definitely, can win this. It won't be easy, but I'm still happy to be driving him. And like you said, I love him, and he's done such a good job. And looking forward to it.
Yeah, he has. Barrier 8 was pretty good for you late Saturday night, wasn't it? If it opened up like that, it'd be nice.
Yeah, well, when Andy's picking the barrier draw, you do want 8 if he's picking 8. But, yeah, I don't think in my 20 years, probably longer, I've been driving, I've ever had a gap present itself to me at the top of the straight like it did on Watts Up Partytime. It was just, I just had to keep going in a straight line. It was just this massive gap, and we could make full use of it, and he was able to. So, but yeah, you don't get that luck very often, unfortunately.
No, watching the drone vision, which we don't usually get. I don't know if you got to see the replay, but it was incredible just to see Papa go down and just this huge gap open up. And I think you started smiling at about the 100-metre mark.
Yeah, look, initially when I got the gap, I wasn't sure that, I didn't think I was going to roll up and beat the locomotive. And then half up the straight, I'm like, oh, I have a little chance. And then the gap was narrowing the closer we got to the line. The leader was shifting up, and Keane Chucky was coming down the track a bit, but luckily we were going fast enough to make full use of it, and he won comfortably on the line. So, full credit to him.
Amazing result. Well done, Kate. Everyone's wrapped for you. Just quickly, before we get to best bets, Herbie, I know you got to get moving. Kate, just a quick word. Seeing things really heating up for the Ultimate Driver Championship in Queensland. I think I'm right in saying it's the 20th and 21st of February. I love the concept. It's going to be so exciting to see how it all plays out. And I've even been talking to our graphic artist, Craig Russell. He's been working on some promos for your slot. And you must be just pumped about what's ahead in Queensland in a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah, it's obviously a really exciting concept that hasn't happened before, and it'll be really good to see everybody, and and it'll be interesting because drivers from all around the world, and Dexter won't have Andy on his side this time when he comes back to Oz asking for his instructions, so made it clear to Andy he's not allowed to talk to him at any stage while we're there. But no, I think it's really exciting, and it'll be good to see, in the draft, and it just adds a whole lot of a different side to everything. And I've got a couple of people, sussing out the form for me because, it's completely different to what we're used to, and I'm really looking forward to it.
It's going to be great. It's only for the best drivers, Herbie. You must be shattered. No one knocked on your door. Did they not look at last year's season stats? 8,000 winners you got, I reckon.
Yeah, most of them were $4,000 races, Tim, so they don't really matter that as much. But no, look, I'm still going up. I'm actually going to be the reserve driver in case one of them accidentally gets food poisoning. So
look out, Kate.
Still get to be a part of it. And,
how much do you want, Herbs? I'm the slot holder too. So,
Kate, you do night 1 and then just take a rest night 2. How about that?
Yeah,
that's fair.
That's it. I'll get a big lead on night 1. Then I'll be like, I better call in Herbs to help me out on the second night.
But no, still be involved, and we'll be there and probably doing a little bit of media work with the Queensland team, and still be a part of it. So it's a great concept, and it'll be really great in terms of seeing that just a class of driver all in in one sort of race. You don't really get to see that very often, if ever, really, the class of driver that's racing over those 2 nights. So in the one country. So I can't wait for it, and it'll be a real eye opener for harness racing in Australia, I think.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Well, just don't go too hard on that media work, Herbie. I don't want you coming back thinking there's a spot in the parade ring for you on a Saturday night, because I'm quite enjoying that. So anyway, great to have you involved up there. Good luck to you, Kate. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait to watch it. Sharps Bakery, they are proud sponsors of the Best Bets, and it's getting very close. Birchip, it's coming up. I think it's down to 40 days or 35 days. Looking forward to that one. Best Bet, Herbie, what are you doing for Sharps Bakery?
It's coming up really quick. It's another great day. Probably on the smaller scale compared to the drivers' championship, but no, look, I'll probably go with Bullet, just the place. I think on the fence, he's going to get a great trip, and I think a lot of people are in his boat for the place, so I'll jump on too.
Okay, he'd be around the $2 mark. I'd say that's a good bet, I reckon. Well done. So Bulletproof Boy running drum in the Cranbourne Gold Cup. Kate, what are you doing? Andy puts the pressure on himself sometimes. I think he dropped out last week, a bit like Albie, just before we're about to deliver the Best Bets. He's probably been walking around telling everyone to take a multi. What's up party time in the heat and final? But what are you doing with your Best Bet? Some American or something else?
I'm actually going to go with Timmy Turtle. A little bit of value there. I'm hoping what he shows me at home he can produce at the races. So he's up in grade a little bit, but barrier 1 around Cranbourne, on the fence, just where you want to be. So I'm going to go with him.
Race 4, number 1, Timmy Turtle. Okay, I like it. Yeah, he should be some sort of price. He's only lightly raced, and there's some pretty seasoned horses here. And my parents, when I was growing up, used to call me Timmy Tortoise. So, he's a favourite of mine as well, Timmy. Actually, you got another Timmy in the stable, don't you? Coastal's called Timmy, isn't he?
Yeah, that's his stable name, Coastal Drive.
Couldn't quite get there last night.
So, no, fair to say that Timmy Turtle's stable name is Turtle.
There you go. Good stuff. I'm going to go with James Herbertson to get me out of jail here. Race 8, number 4, Anakin. Herbie, just get this one done. He's a moral. You're talking him down and stuff. He'll just go. He can win from the death. He can nearly win 3 wide. I reckon here, Anakin, it's his race to lose. So race 8, number 4, my best bet on the program. Hey, Kate, thanks for jumping on. Really appreciate it.
No problem. Thanks for having me. Good
stuff. Go well on Saturday night, and, of course, in Queensland. Thanks, Herbie. Go get that back sorted out with your Cairo, and then off to the concert tonight.
That'll be good. Thank you, mate. Cheers.
There you guys. That's been Burning Questions. Join Bronte Neuenberg for the coverage from Cranbourne tomorrow night.